The first cut is the scariest. Yes, Terry knows. The first cut is the scariest. When it comes to cutting paper, she knows. When it comes to cutting paper, she knows. The first cut is the scariest. Yes, Terry knows. The first cut is the scariest. And now, without any further ado, that scrapbooker extraordinaire, Terry, let's get ready to rumble! Rice.
Yep, that man is out of control. I mean, there's no controlling him. Okay, he said he was going to sing that, and I thought, oh, that's perfect, because today I have a tip, and we'll get to that. Our sketch today is Devra Adler Hunt. And first of all, she's got a background paper, and then she has this dot paper back here, and then she has one overlapping that, and then she has like a happy horizontal, or actually it's a band design running across that. I was gonna say, or maybe it's tucked underneath, but I can see it all the way across. And then she has one of the pictures matted and sitting on top. She's got a title down below. She's got some, it looks like, oh, what do you call it? It's like a spiral torn out paper up at the top. And she's got embellishments here, here, and here, so the perfect triangle. And mine is going to be very similar. So we'll have at it. Okay, now for my tip. And my paper that I'm going to use is actually this one. And right here is where that was. So I'm going to turn this and just show you what I was doing. So this is out of the same collection, which I have no idea what it was. But if anybody knows, write it down below. Okay, so anyway, my paper kind of looked like this. And so I kept thinking, now do I want this? Because it's an 8x8. Lots of times when I take these, like this is 3 inches across. So that's 12 quarters. So when I measure it, I'll actually come up here and go, okay, that is, it is what, 8, 9, 10. That background paper is 10 inches wide and 8 inches tall. And this paper here is an 8x8, or I think it's 7 inches, the back one. But this one here is an 8x8. So that's what I was trying to figure out. So anyhow, I thought, gosh, this is really difficult because I love this little pattern here, but it was beautiful over in the corner too. And so anyhow, I thought, I'm gonna make a template and then I'll just have it. So I cut an 8-inch window, and then I came over here and did this. It's like, yeah, I like that. And then I went over, you know, I kind of looked at the different places, and then I decided to cut this. And as you'll see in a minute, it really didn't matter because I ended up covering it all up. But look at this one here. I'm thinking, okay, I love this. So, I mean, it's like if I would have used this, maybe I would want that. Unless I was going to cover it all up like today's project. But it's like, when I did this, it's like, I love this. It's just so subtle. Or you could put it up here where you have the writing here, and then you have that, and look at it, it's kind of like an arch. Wouldn't that just be beautiful? Just, you know, if you were doing a layout where you had just like one photo, it would just be perfect. I love it. So anyhow, I thought I made this, I wrote on it so I'd remember what it was, and now I'll just put it in my arsenal of helps. Okay, so now back to the papers I'm using. And if you watched my, what was it, making page kits, then you know what papers I'm using. But Except for this one, of course, because I have no idea what the name for it. It seems like it was Bo Bunny, but I'm just not for sure. And it was from a paper pad. So anyhow, the background paper is from Memory-Place, and it was called Rustic Dreams. And this one is called Dakota 3. And that's what the branding strip looks like. And this is the other side, which I just love this. And I have used this floral, or I cut some of them out. I think I might have used it as a band and then cut some of it out too. But I'm gonna use this side today. And then I'm using this mulberry paper. And usually when I use mulberry paper, I usually tear it. But today I'm gonna leave it, actually I have cut it down because this one was perfect for getting measurements. So I actually just went in, cut everything down to that, and then started laying out my papers. And lots of them are like that. I mean, when it fills up the screen, if you want to use that exact pattern, you can pretty much, you know, lay it out. Like this one probably comes to here, and you know, and it's not always defined. This one is very defined. This one, she goes out of, or she's inside the lines, but you know, like this one here was very well defined, so I just did that. So this piece here is 10. Oh, okay, that was a 10. Okay, yeah, 10. And this was 7. And this is an 8 by 8. So that's how I'm gonna start. And it looks like it's about 1 inch from the top, which you can measure it again. And yep, it's 1 inch from the top. So it's really, you know, well defined where everything is gonna go. And so I'm gonna put this down, and like I said, normally I tear it, but this time I'm gonna leave it like it is. And it's just like a very soft piece of paper. You know, it looks very soft and delicate, so it'll work perfect. Oh, and I never even showed you my papers, and I'm wondering, do I even want to put this down first? Oh, maybe, let's see. Because when I stick that, it'll probably be down. Because I'm gonna kind of use this too, so let's see, I want this to be up a little higher, so I'm gonna pull this up a little higher. And maybe down, maybe if I put it like 1.5 inches down, I think that should work good. Okay, so that's pretty close to where I want it. So I'm just gonna kind of measure it, or you know, I'm really gonna measure it because if I get it wrong, I'll just have a fit and want to tear it all apart like I normally do. It's like, I'm just gonna have to move it. Okay, so that looks like its place. And I just think it's so pretty already, just that paper. Okay, and then I have this one, which I'm gonna put 1 inch from the top. Let's see if I can just kind of line that up and hit that spot. Oh, not from there, I can't. Okay, I think that's its spot. Just gonna double check it because I don't know if I could actually see the measurement. Yep, that's it there. And I'm gonna make sure I'm kind of centered. There we go. Okay, so now we got that. And now I'm going to use this for my band in the center. It's like I just thought I'm going to try to use some different stuff. So when I got to this one, I thought, oh, I could use lace. So that's what I'm going to do. And I do want to trim it down to that length because in her sketch, this band goes from edge to edge. So I'm gonna cut some of this off here and then kind of work it out. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna, these must have been used for paper because they are not cutting that. Let's see how good these do. I've got 2 of these. This one's got more of a scallop and I have used it for paper, so this might be graduate to the fabric only. Okay. Okay, so then this one here, I want to cut it right here, I think. Let's see how close I am. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay. Now this one I don't have too much room to cut off. And I can't tell, sometimes you can tell like one side's more detailed than the other. I think it's this side, yeah. Okay, so I need to cut off about that much there. Let's see if I'm close. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna put that pretty much in the center. So I'm gonna almost knock down my taper, but I didn't. So you can see, worrying about where I was gonna cut that paper made no difference whatsoever. Okay, but you can see this, I think, maybe even at the end. I don't know. We'll see. I'm thinking, all that worrying about it. But you know, sometimes you end up with that, but I did a lot of embellishments, so I don't know if you'll really see it or not. Let's see if I'm kind of straight here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then I'm gonna put down these and hopefully they'll stick to the everything. Now I just used a piece of this paper to mat this with. And this part up here had more like, it almost looks like white stenciling up here. So I'm gonna put that at the top because it's gonna be her page and I'll do her sister's a different time. I just been trying to pull out Brenna's things because she's graduating this school year and I want to have her book close. So that's going to go on top. So the other ones are going to go here. And this is her little sister. I mean, it's like, you know, you can't get a picture without some goofy face. But they both look just gorgeous in these ones, so. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do this. I'm sticking the one where she's goofy over here because Brenna got a little bit shadowed there. So I think kind of like this. And in the sketch, the other one's kind of tilt and you know, the one is kind of your showstopper or the main photo. So maybe if I figure about, well, maybe a half an inch from the side. And I'm going to start with tape, but I might have to glue them since they're on the lace, but I'll take care of that at the end if need be. And I'm going to start by doing the end ones because the other ones kind of overlap each other. Okay, is that going to be enough? I don't want to cover up Brenna since it's her book. Maybe like that. Okay. I mean, it's not like there is not enough of them. Enough pictures here. They love to dress up, and I got these at our church garage sale, and it was like dance costumes, but I thought, oh my gosh, I would just love those. Actually, I got it when she was just little, but I thought, oh, the kids will love to play with those when they get bigger. I mean, Brenda would love to play with those, you know, because we didn't even have Tegan yet. And you know, my husband used to do those old time things, and I thought, oh, if nobody plays with them, I could always just give them to him. So, okay, so there's my layout. Now all that's left is the fun part, the embellishments. Okay, now I brought Mintay embellishments in because, you know, they're my personal favorite. And I'm also going to use these, but I'm thinking I can't put them down until I do all the other embellishments. But I think I'm going to put that there. I'm putting these where she had the notebook punch. That's what it's called. I couldn't think of what it was called, the notebook punch. So, and these kind of look like crowns, so I thought they're perfect. Oh, these crowns, I bought them off eBay. And again, both the girls were very young when I bought these, but I bought two, so they'd each have one. And I think this one was like $10 and the other one was like $6. It was like unbelievable, such a good deal. And they have had so much, I mean, and they've taken a lot of abuse, and they're metal. So, but it's so cute. So I'm putting those things right here where she has those. But I'm gonna start with that. Okay, and then the Mintay things I'm using are from, I gotta make sure I had the clock up right. They are from the Shabby collection, and I used that the other day when I was doing Brenna's castle. And I always try to make sure that the clock is upright. But I'm gonna keep these here just so I kind of know where everything is gonna end up. So I'm gonna put that about there. And then I have this frame that I used part of it on something else. And I must have cut this part off, but it had tape on it and it got stuck on the frame. And it's got the little leaves and a rose. And I'm actually gonna leave that there because it works out all right for my layout. And then I have that little bit of green there. And it's a very soft sagey green, I want to say. So I just figured I'd let that just sit in there. Okay. And then I have a little bird. I mean, we're back in fairy tale land again. So it's like, I have birds, butterflies, clocks, all this stuff happening. So I'm gonna put this bird down here in the clock. And then I have a pink butterfly and a blue butterfly. Oh, and I didn't put a enamel, or where are my dimensionals? I didn't put any dimensionals on them. You know I need that. Okay, that's why I brought these out. Okay, I always cut these dimensionals in half. And luckily I don't have too many butterflies to put on this. Now where'd they go? Oh, right in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna put one at the top, one at the bottom of their wings. On both sides. And same thing with this one. I think I only have 3 butterflies, so I'll go ahead and cut the other ones now too. Okay. And if I have like a bigger wing, it's like I never cut these straight, so I always put the bigger one on the bigger wing, at the top, the littler ones at the bottom. Okay. I got the pink one first. My whole table is just a mess. I did pick up the art room, but the table didn't get picked up. Okay. But I know that we're all the same. Unless you're somebody who really keeps it clean. I'd just like to see pictures of that. And I would like to see you do it. Because I sure don't know how it happens. Because not when you're doing the whole 31 days. Trying to get it done. And I love it. I love it. Just because I would have never have layered all these together. Okay, so I'm putting this butterfly up here at the top of the clock. I have to say, part of my loving Mintay is like I love playing with the die cuts or the the fussy cut pieces. It's easier than playing with stickers. Okay, and I'm going to put this one like it's on the frame. And remember, if you're putting dimensionals underneath them, glue down the body first and make sure that the body hits the paper first, because otherwise you'll have a flat butterfly. It'll just be tall or deep or whatever you'd say about it. Okay, now I'm going to be down here in this corner, and I never glued anything down, but you'll see I can do it at the end. Okay, so I have another clock. I have another frame, so I'm kind of bringing in the same things. This time I am going to bring in this little piece. It's like a bird cage. So I'm going to bring that in. So I'm going to, I think I'm moving everything. I think I'm going to put a little bit of glue underneath here, because I do feel like I'm moving everything. Because I do not want it to take off. Because, yep, it's all kind of moving. Okay, I stuck a big gob of glue. Okay. Hopefully everything's still straight. I'm going to just double check here. Okay, I'm going to give it a good push. Hopefully that'll help. Okay, so I'm going to put this frame here, because I'm using a frame in each part, and this here, and then I've got this floral here that I want to overlap all of it. So I'd say it's going to be about like that. So now I'm going to tape everything down. Oop, one of my little dimensionals. And I can let that cover up the lace a little. And I think I'll just use glue for this. I love these shabby ones. And I like the size of their butterflies and everything. I really need for them to make another book like this, even though I still have some that I can cut out. But I love this one. Okay, I think there. And this here. And this collection, the Shabby collection, has some that are kind of like an off-white or ivory. They're antiqued. But on this one, since I have the lighter colors and the whites, that's all I'm using it from the collection is, or from the book. It's called a book. Shabby book. Okay. And then I've got another yellow bird. This one I think is just a little bit bigger and facing the other direction. Ah! Shh. I tell you, I'm not a quiet scrapper. I don't know, how come I abuse my thing so much, my taper. And I'm just gonna kind of stand it on the flower branch Make it look like he's just sitting in there. And then over here, I didn't have another frame cut out, so I'm using one of the mats. And you can tell it's just been beat up over the years. It's been really made shabby. I mean, I really didn't shabby it up, it was like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick this down here in this corner because she had really just a butterfly in that corner. And I'm gonna have this say Girlie Girl, so let me make sure I can still fit that in here. I'm gonna stick it there. And this here. Okay, so yeah, that'll still fit just like that. Okay, I had to make sure that I do have these in the place where they're supposed to be. Okay, I've got another white clock. And again, it's like I gotta make sure that the 12 is at the top, or sometimes I might cock it a little bit to one side. In fact, we'll do that this time since I had them all straight. But I always make sure that they're not upside down. Okay, and then I have another floral. It's actually, I think, the same floral as that. It's just smaller. And I'm gonna let that just overlap the mat, the clock, and then the flower. And then I have a teacup, because maybe they're having a tea party. And I'm just gonna tuck that right here. And then I have the one more butterfly. And where's my cut one? I have a little piece of glue or something. Okay, so again, I'm gonna put these on. Oops, I got the bottom, the paper off it. Oh, and that's on the butterfly, but not these. And you see these ones are black, and I do like having two different colors because sometimes the black kind of hides it, but it always ends up that I use up one and then the other, so it doesn't matter. Another one of those things that I'm, you know, it's like, oh, I want to make sure I do this, and then it really doesn't matter. Okay, so then I'm going to put this butterfly on top of here. Again, the body goes down first, and then you let the wings hit. And I'm going to call it Girlie Girl. And what is this from? This is from Me and My Big Ideas, and it's just called Embellishments. And this one is Girlie Girl, which, yep. This girl right here, for the first, I don't know how many years of her life, if she wore pants, she still wore a tutu. And I should have used this on one of those, but it's like, I think every picture I had of her had the red tutu on. So, this time she's got on the pink dress, so it's like, I'm gonna use that one. Okay. So I'm gonna let that overlap that little bird cage. Oh, and this one's still moving. I'm gonna have to do some gluing. And then Girlie Girl. Oh, and my little dot's still on there. And do I want to tuck this in here? Because it can. I think I'm going to stick that right here because it kind of tucks into that Y, the L and Y. Oh, nope, it can't tuck in that much because I got to dot my I because I want that little dot. Maybe I'll pull it over a little bit and put it there. Okay, I like that there. Okay, and then this little dot, it's like foam like this with sparkly, but then it's also got a rhinestone on it. And the rhinestone is as close to the eye as you can get. on both of them, so I think that's the way it's supposed to go, so I'm going to put it like that. Okay. And then I've got this blue that's brought along, you know, in these three places, like the leaves, they kind of look like this kind of a sage, or it's almost like a blue. So I'm going to use these blue enamel dots and put those in the clusters. And I'm going to use the two bigger ones in the bigger clusters. And they're hard to get off once you tape them onto that, when you remove them and tape them onto this other place, but I like it like that. In fact, I'm going to have to do the other ones because it's just so much easier once I get so far. Wonder if I can just pull them off with this. That might be easier. Let's see, I want to put there. Maybe over here. I need one here. Oh, look at that. I put it right on top of that. I forgot to take these off. Okay, I'm going to push that in there. Okay, and these were from the Dollar Tree, if I didn't say that. And they had pink. I had bought some like blue ones before, but I thought, oh my goodness, they're pink and I have all these girls. So I had to have these. And I can tell by the way that all this is moving, I'm going to have to do a lot of gluing. Okay, so that one's down. And now this one. And I'm so stuck to it. Oh, maybe it's a good thing I can move it a little bit because it kind of needs to move. There. There. One time me and my friend, we were messing with a bejeweled thing like this, and it kept flattening out, and it was supposed to remain a circle, and it's like we were fighting with it, and all of a sudden it was like she just went there. It's so funny. We laughed so hard about that, and it still looked bad. We had to keep fixing it. But she was like fighting with it. It's so funny. Okay, so I'm still bringing these around. Okay, I've got one left and I'm bound determined to use it. Oh, guess what? I totally pulled out a different one. I did. Okay, I'm gonna put these back. Oh, maybe. Because I'm supposed to be using these ones here. Okay. They look like they're a different color to me, so I gotta move them. Ah, real life. Isn't it crazy? I can't get it off my finger. Just laugh with me. Okay. I knew I had 4 and it was like 4. Have I done all of them like that? I don't think so. Okay. Okay, and I want one over here, and I've got this one. Where is it going? But I think I was going to put another one up here so I'd have 5. So where is it going to go? Maybe way over here or down here? Let's stick it down there. Okay. So I have those, and then I actually have some sequins, and they are from Spiegel Mom Scraps, and they're from the spring wedding, and they have little flowers on them, and I'm going to use some of these. They have flowers, and I'll glue one down so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll pause it and put the rest down so you don't have to watch it all, because it'll probably take a while. Okay, so it's gonna get a flower, and then it's got like little leaf shapes. And maybe I can pick them up. And then it's got these tiny little leaf shapes, and I'm gonna put a couple of those on in each spot. I've really been into sequins lately. So I'm gonna put like one here. And one up here. So I'm gonna show you these, and then I'll turn off the camera, and then you can just see the close-ups at the end. And I don't even see my other thing of glue. I think it's right here, but it's almost dry already. Oh, flower wanted to move. My glue keeps sounding like it's kissing. Okay, so let me show you that. So it's got the two that look like little leaves, and then the little flower, and these are almost like a mirror. So really they kind of pick up whatever color you're looking at, or whatever color's next to it. Okay, so I'm gonna put some of those around, and probably put some of the other ones too. There's a white in here, and let me show you the other one, because it looks like pink wood, like a pink wood grain. And I'll sprinkle those around too. So look for those in the close-ups, and I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, remember to look at all the people down below, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Close-ups at the end.